Partners, my researcher and writer Dennis Daly has come up with something that's great. We love to tell the stories about wonderful patriotic Americans who are all but forgotten now. This time around, our honoree is a man I am sure you have never even heard about, unless you live in a certain section of Ohio. His name was Ephraim Cutler. Now, I've only heard of one other person with the first name of Ephraim, and that was actor Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. But this Ephraim was not an actor. You might just say he was an all-around good guy. He was born in Massachusetts some 10 years before the Revolutionary War. His father was what you might call firebrand. He was an extremely business political activist in the mold of our favorite honorees, John Adams. He was largely responsible for the early American government's decision to take over what we now call the Northwest Territory. When Ephraim grew up and got married, he moved his young family out to Ohio. Then, as the 1700s were coming to an end, Ephraim fought hard to get his friends in the Midwest to accept the new Constitution. He was eventually elected to the Ohio House of Representatives after Ohio was admitted to the Union. In spite of the fact that he was a well-known face on the politics in Ohio, his most important contributions came behind the scenes. He was a secret leader in setting up the Underground Railroad that helped escaped slaves find freedom to the North. And in his final years, he came up with the idea that we accept today, but in his time it was revolutionary. Hey, sit down for this, partners. Ohio citizen Ephraim Cutler got his state to pass a bill that used taxpayer money to pay for public education. Did you hear that? Old man Cutler was among the first to see the need for higher education and believed it was the people's job to pay for it. Wow, what a guy. Sadly, Cutler met a very tragic end. You see, after his wife died, Cutler took long rides on his favorite horse just to get his mind off of things, and in the spring of 1853 he fell from a horse while on one of those rides and was a total invalid after that. He struggled on for 4 months. Then on July the 8th, our honoree, Ephraim Cutler, died in his sleep. In his obituary, an Ohio newspaper wrote, quoting, "In every sphere and relation of life, Cutler was an upright man and a good neighbor and a sincere Christian." End of quote. Hey, let's say his name again. Ephraim Cutler. Okay, partners, you know the drill. Find that big old red X up there at the right, at the top, and click it, and you'll be magically transported back to the report page. Hey, I love you guys. Go get 'em, Tigers!